Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Freedman, and something that we love having on Radio Entrepreneurs, we've got not only a returning guest, which we love, but a father and son team, co-founders of John's Crazy Socks, John and Mark Cronin. Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm really excited on your podcast, on your radio entrepreneurs.
Well, we're really excited to be back on Radio Entrepreneurs, and this time we get Jonathan.
Yes.
Awesome.
Exactly. Number one for number one. Here we go. Yeah. Great to have you guys on. So you guys are into so many different things. You have fabulous socks, over 4,000 varieties of socks. And not only that, but you're social entrepreneurs. You give back tremendously. So wonderful service that you're providing to the community. Why don't you just refresh our listeners a little bit, tell them about your business and how it was started.
Well, introduce us, pal.
Yes, Dad. My name is John. They're my partner, my dad, Mark, and we are John Crazy Socks. Our business is pretty happy.
And,
you guys obviously spread happiness, and the best way that you do that is because you guys look so happy. You guys are always smiling. You're always having a great time together. Not only great to see partners so close together, but a father-son duo. It's fabulous.
It's been working well for us. So you ask about getting started. A lot of entrepreneurs out there, you get started at difficulty sometimes. And for us, it was because John was finishing up in school, and in case you don't know, John, you have Down syndrome.
Yes.
And so John was trying to figure out what comes next, couldn't find anything. But he is a natural entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right? It sees not a problem, that becomes an opportunity, and ultimately suggested we should go into business, right? You would create your own job.
I did.
So when did we open?
We opened on Friday, December 9th, 2016.
We just opened to test the idea. So it was just the two of us, set up a website on the Shopify platform, got a little bit of inventory. The only marketing we did was set up a Facebook page. I would take out my cell phone. We made videos. And who do you think was in those videos?
Dad, I am, Dad. Dad.
You got the star power right next to you. So
yes, Dad. But socks. What sock?
But we tested the idea. Like in the beginning, it was home deliveries.
Really driving around the immediate area, making deliveries of socks.
Right. So we're on Hunting. We live in a town called Huntington on Long Island, outside New York City. So you can imagine this, Jonathan, right? Well, first, right from the beginning, we're driving that customer experience. So we got red boxes, put the socks in the box. John would write a handwritten thank you note. And we got bags of Hershey's Kisses and poured those into boxes. Loaded up the car, drove around, and you got out, knocked on doors.
I did.
Delivering the socks. Now in December, it gets dark early here in New York and it gets cold. I'm sitting in the car, I'm watching him, he's going up, knocking on the door, he's going inside. I'm out in the dark and I'm freezing. What's he doing? He's inside drinking hot chocolate, telling stories, taking pictures, having a grand old time. But and this is the thing, right? Just get going. So we did the bare amount, get it up, tested. It tested well. In 2 weeks, we shipped 452 orders, and we knew we had something. We didn't know how big it would grow. We didn't know how fast it would.
So one of the things you don't talk about, you said it was John's idea that he wanted to create something for himself as he didn't, he wanted to create his own opportunity, but he was also the inspiration behind the socks because he was always a sock guy. It was his passion that brought it to the forefront.
Why socks?
Why socks? It's fun, it's colorful, it's crazy, and it always let me be me. I want crazy socks my whole life.
Like when he
so you were really it was something that John always gravitated towards, some socks that spoke to him and spoke to his personality, and it sounds like the crazier the better, and so people would recognize your socks, and so it was a natural extension of his passion for socks.
That's it. I think if you start a business, I think of that entrepreneurial sweet spot. It's got to be something that you love, or if you don't love, it's got to be something you can learn about and know inside out. So he loves socks.
Yes.
Then you got to have something people willing to reach into their pocket and pay for. Be careful when you're going to start a business. Your friends and family will love everything, but you got to find people willing to pay for either your service or your product. And then it's got to be something you can replicate. You got to do it today and then get up and do it again tomorrow and keep doing it. And it's the overlap of those three circles that you can find success.
And to your point, and doesn't hurt that most people, I can't say everybody wears socks, but most people wear socks, and most people, if they're able to walk in them, wear them out eventually. And so, you've got a natural marketplace to replace them.
We do. Plus, we have that arrangement with the dryers, the manufacturers of dryers, to steal one sock every once in a while.
That is an amazing phenomenon because I've experienced it many times myself. That one disappearing sock, and the beautiful thing about your socks is there's no two that are alike, right? So you got to go get a new pair.
Yeah. Well, some people like wearing the mismatched pairs, and we'll
Oh,
support that, whatever you like. You do that from time to time.
I do.
But part of what we do is it's choice, right? You want to be able to express yourself. So in many businesses, you got that 80-20. 20% of your products account for 80% of your revenue. We don't have that. We have a long trail because people all want to make it very personal. So if you love zebras, you get zebra socks. If you're a big wine drinker, we got wine socks.
Yes.
And so on.
So how do you guys develop the socks? I said earlier, and you probably have over 4,000 options available today. But is it you see something and you say, why don't we design something that fits the mold, or where does the inspiration for the sock designs come from? Because nobody has endless creativity as far as that's concerned.
Yes, it comes from everywhere. So everybody here contributes sock ideas. Our customers contribute sock ideas. We're constantly scouring and seeing what do we come across? What are people interested in? And then John will design some of the socks. And then we'll get our design team working on developing the socks, and you put them out there, and then they have to earn their place. Right? They got to sell. But after a while, if they don't sell, we retire that sock.
So what is the threshold, or and obviously not to get into your secret sauce and your business specifically, but I understand obviously if you can produce more volume of something, it's a better margin because that's the way it generally works.
Right.
But do you sell things that do you keep things in stock that sell in limited quantities, but you guys love them so much and are passionate about them, or how do you make those decisions?
Yes. So we both make our own socks, but we also sell other people's socks. It's easier to sell other people's socks if in lower volumes because we can order 12 socks at a time. So we're conscious of how much space we're taking up in our warehouse. Socks don't take up a lot of space. And then there are some things that we know we will hold on to because they're going to last a long time. So, for example, we make a lot of what we call awareness socks. Socks that raise awareness, celebrate causes, and raise money for those causes. So what were the first awareness socks we made?
Very first one is Down syndrome awareness socks.
Down syndrome awareness socks. But we have autism awareness socks. We have cerebral palsy awareness socks. We have firefighter tribute socks,
Yes.
police tribute socks. So let's take the cerebral palsy awareness socks. It's fresh in my mind because I see we have a lot of those in inventory. Well, we're not going to wipe them out because we know we'll continue to support that cause. But if that was something else, if it was just, say, a sloth sock, well, then we would get rid of it somehow.
So, your socks, do they fit into a particular category? Because I know, not being an expert in socks like you guys, but socks serve different purposes, right? You got athletic socks and you got work socks and you've got casual socks and you've got novelty socks. And, do you run the spectrum in terms of utility or, do you see an opportunity to expand for utility, purposes?
We are always adding more types and styles of socks. So there are a couple ways you can think about it. One is what's the silhouette? So that, typically you're talking crew socks, but we do ankle socks, we do no-show socks, we do knee-high socks. And then you could think about what's the makeup of them. So many of them are dress socks, but we also have lines of athletic socks. A very hot area are compression socks, because now people have discovered the joys of compression socks. I won't get on a plane without wearing them.
Keep you on your feet longer and keep your legs fresh. Yeah.
Nurses love them. So most compression socks are boring. And John, you're never boring, are you? We make fun, colorful compression socks. So we have things all along the sock spectrum, if you will. If you got 4,000 socks, we have a sock for you.
Fantastic. On that note, if people want to get in touch with you, want to learn more about your business, want to buy your socks, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Oh, we can go at johncrazysocks.com.
johncrazysocks.com, no apostrophe, all one word.
Yeah,
and you can find us on all the social media platforms.
And check it out. My dad just said, our social platform like TikTok, YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Just search for John Crazy Socks.
And something tells me we're going to get John's energy on some of those videos too.
Yeah. And here's the deal, Jonathan. You buy our socks, you're going to get great socks, socks that you love. We have over 30,000 five-star reviews. But more than that, you help us employ people with different abilities. More than half our colleagues have a different ability. You help us give back. John here has now donated over $800,000 to our charity partners.
Yes, I am.
Like the Special Olympics.
Fantastic.
Most of all, you help us spread happiness. And if you got a business, we make custom socks. We have businesses lining up to make socks they give to their customers, they give to their employees. Because every time someone pulls on those socks, they're going to think of you. It's a great gift to give out.
And change the world.
You're trying to change the world, huh?
Yeah, Dad.
Well, we go, buddy.
I think you guys already are changing the world, and kudos to you. You're doing a fantastic job spreading the message of happiness. We can all use a little more joy in our world, and we can use some toasty feet, especially all over the country these days, because we've got a lot of cold going on. And wish you guys continued success in your journey, in your social entrepreneur, and doing for others, which is all incredibly important, and continued happiness in your endeavors, and spreading the joy of Crazy Socks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And let's add in here. You gotta listen.
You gotta listen to a radio entrepreneur.
Listen to radio entrepreneurs and follow along with Jonathan Freedman. He leads great conversations.
The best.
Fantastic. Go out and get your socks with John's Crazy Socks. Really appreciate having you on. John and Mark X. Cronin of John's Crazy Socks. It's been a pleasure having you back on Radio Entrepreneurs.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
We'll be back with another segment on Radio Entrepreneurs.